Hello everyone, it's Chaz from The Grove, back with another match preview. If you can be bothered, feel free to like, comment and share and subscribe and all that shit. But yeah, West Ham head to the City Ground on Sunday. We don't have a really great record there at all. It's been a terrible start to the season. We've lost 3 games, we're out the cup, letting in 11 goals in the process. It's all been a bit doom and gloom so far this season, but there is reason to be positive this week as we have made 2 new signings in Magassa from Monaco and Matthias Fernandes from Southampton. I'm not actually too sure if we managed to get them signed in time and stuff for the game, but hopefully we did because we desperately need some change in that midfield because no one wants to see Guido Rodriguez and James Ward-Prowse again. We saw against Wolves, it was just so slow, sluggish. I would ask, do you reckon Potter's going to change the system? But I think he's made it perfectly clear now that he will be sticking with that back 5, whether we like it or not. And to be honest, I don't really give a shit about the system as long as it works. And so far this season and towards the end of last season, it just wasn't working. But look, he's got a couple of midfielders in now. He's finally getting to start his own players in, so the pressure's going to be on Potter now. There's absolutely zero excuses for the results and the performances. The players have got to take some accountability as well because they've just not been up for the fight this season. The second there's any pressure put on them, they just sort of fold and it's not good enough. But as I say, it is still August, there's plenty of time to turn it around and hopefully we can show a bit of something at the City Ground. And yeah, it is a positive that we've signed 2 new midfielders, but my main worry is always the defence. They just look so out of sorts. Even Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Hammer of the Year last year, he's had a very poor start to the season. You see, for a couple of the Chelsea goals, he was just sleeping at the back post. Juve looks okay, but that back 3 in the middle, Jesus Christ, they've just been terrible, to the point where we're actually calling back for Mavropanos to start in the team. And the issue with Mavropanos is he'll have a good game for like 80 odd minutes, but he'll have one clanger, which will lead to a goal or like a vital mistake. And you'll come away from the game just remembering that vital mistake when really he's not actually a bad defender. And when you look at the form of Kilman so far this season, Kilman's been terrible. The fact he was brought in for 40 million quid is crazy. And you've also got Aguerd, who seems to be wanting to move to either Sunderland or Marseille or somewhere like that. And then that leaves Jean-Claire Todibo, who has been with us for over a year now, and I'm still not sure that he's up to match fitness. So the back 3 needs addressing. Like as I say, it's great signing some midfielders, but we need some defenders brought in now, especially if Aguerd is going to go. We've brought in a goalkeeper who's played 2 games and has had a bit of a shaky start to his West Ham career. We're now after another goalkeeper, which might mean that Areola's off, who also didn't have a great game against Wolves. So that whole defence just concerns me. And there's only a few days left of the transfer window. But look, hopefully Hermansen can come good. Apparently he had some surgery towards the end of last season. He's not played a lot of football since. So it's early days. You don't want to say that he's shit just yet, but it's just not. He's not instilled any confidence in you, is he? And along with the back 3, it's just a cocktail of shit so far this season. But it is still August. We could still bring some players in. Let's try and stay on the positive side of things, as hard as it can be. Another concern this week is since we've made the signings, Lucas Paqueta has been linked to go to Aston Villa, and for me, signing those 2 midfielders for me is absolutely pointless if you're going to let Paqueta go. Like, as much as he's acoustic and he has ADHD moments in games, I mean, he showed against Chelsea, he scored a welded, and within 10 minutes he's dispossessing his own half and we've conceded. But that's the sort of thing that happens with players like Paqueta. You need to give him that licence, and if we was to sell him in our current predicament, bottom of the league without a point to our name, I just think that's an absolute brain-dead move, especially if it's going to be this late in the window. Are you going to replace him? Or is it that classic GSB thing of, we've made these signings, but they've not done it out the kindness of their heart or because they're West Ham supporters. They've done it because they know they're going to get the money from selling a player like Lucas Paqueta and Aguerd. So it's going to be a bit of a worrying end to the window. Hopefully we can keep hold of him because for me, it would be mental to sell Paqueta. In terms of the opposition, they've had a pretty good start to the season. They got a point away at Palace and they beat Brentford 3-1. They managed to keep hold of Gibbs White, obviously, after he was confirmed to go to Tottenham. Chris Wood is still in form. So yeah, they're looking like they're having a good season. I believe they got their draws and their destinations where they're going in Europe. So I bet their fans are looking forward to the season. As I say, we've got a shocking record there at the City Ground. I think the last time we beat them was probably under Allardyce, where we won 4-0 or 4-1. I remember Winston Reid scoring. But yeah, since then, I went up there last season and we got absolutely battered. It was not a fun experience. They have got a proper good ground though. It's almost like an Upton Park type old school ground. I'll be going up there tomorrow So hopefully we can put in something. I mean, I'm not expecting much. I just want the players to show a bit of something, the system to look a bit more cohesive, the keeper to not look shit, and the back three to maybe head the ball out. But I think playing against the likes of Chris Wood's going to be a very tough game for them because, as you've seen so far, and also against Wolves, every time a cross comes into the box, we look so shaky. But as I say, my expectations are low, but the absolute least you want to, the absolute minimum you want to see is a bit of effort and the players to show something, which they haven't done so far this season. Who knows, worst comes to the worst, if we do get smashed again 4-0, there's a 1% chance we could have Jose Mourinho as manager. In terms of a score prediction, I'm going to say hopefully the new signings can start or at least feature in some capacity. Hopefully the back five have managed to work in training on how to defend a cross, and hopefully the keeper hasn't got Texas barbecue, Pringle hands, and he can make the odd save. So I'm going to be optimistic and say the players are going to show a reaction and we're going to get a 1-1 draw, which I'd be very chuffed with, because going into the international break with 0 points is very depressing, and hopefully the players can show it. And hopefully Potter, if he wants to, can adjust his system to get the best out of the likes of Jared Bowen, because I think any West Ham fan or football fan with a brain cell can see that this system is not getting the best out of Bowen. You even saw against Wolves, he looked the best when he was on the right-hand side. He put in a great cross for Paqueta. So yeah, hopefully we can get something. Hopefully the players can show something. And hopefully we can have a decent away day and have something positive to talk about after, because it's been a pretty shit start to the season. Let us know what you think the score is going to be in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share if you can be bothered. And yeah, come on you Irons.